Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and today let's talk about the diamond problem in Java. So let's first try to understand what the diamond problem is. We know that in C++ multiple inheritance is possible, which basically means that a class can inherit from two or more classes. So what can happen in this scenario is that let's say a class is inheriting from two classes and those two classes will have a method with the same name with the same signature, but they are doing something else entirely in both those classes. Now when those two classes are getting inherited in the third class, at that time if we are trying to invoke that same method, the method with the same name within the parent classes, at that time there will be a confusion as to which inherited method should be called. Should the first inherited class method be called, or should the second inherited class method be called? So this is a diamond problem in C++. Now we know that in Java, to overcome this, multiple inheritance is straight away not allowed in Java. So you might think that the diamond problem is not possible in Java. But hold on, that's not true. From the Java version 8, we know that default methods got introduced in interfaces. Now, because of this, the diamond problem can occur. And there is a smart way by which Java prevents the diamond problem. Let's look into that. For that, we'll have to dive into the code. Let's try to create two interfaces for that. So I will create the first interface with the name interface 1. Okay. And I will have a default method here, which will not do anything. Say, it will just print a statement saying that printing from interface 1. Okay. Similarly, I will create another interface and that will say printing from interface 2. Okay. So now we have interface 1 and interface 2. Both are having a default method and the name of that default method is the same in both of the interface. Okay. Its name is show. Now let's see. Now if I create a class which will implement both of these interfaces, then what will happen? Let's see. So let's say I'll create a class called my class and I will implement both the interfaces here, interface 1 and interface 2. Okay, can you see here the class, the so my id is giving an error to me, and when I hover on the class name, it is saying my class inherits unrelated defaults for show from type interface 1 and interface 2. So the id is clever enough to understand that there is a show method in both the interfaces the class is trying to implement. Okay, so that's why it is straight away throwing the error here, and it is showing some solutions as well which we can do. So basically the diamond problem has occurred here. Okay, now the my class is implementing both the interfaces and it does not know that the show method should be called from which of the interface. Okay, so the solution to this diamond problem here is that we have to override the show method. Okay, the show method which we have in both the interfaces, we have to override that in the implementing class. Only then will the compiler allow to proceed further. So that is the solution that we need to provide when implementing the multiple interfaces. Okay, so if I do implement, see, you see here we have to override the show method, and when overriding the show method we have to call one of the interfaces show method, or we can call both of the implementations. So some of you might be thinking that how can the super keyword be used here, because super, as we know that super is a reference to the parent class object. But what happens here is, for interfaces the super keyword behaves a bit different. So super keyword points to the default method of the interface on which it is called. So if it is called on interface one dot super, it will point to the default method of the interface one. Okay, so it will kind of be a pointer to the default methods of the interface one, right? So let's say if I create another default method here, let's say display. So the super keyword will allow using show and display both. Okay, so let's keep it like this. So in this way, we can overcome the diamond problem in Java. So this was all that I wanted to share about the diamond problem in Java. What we can also do here is that we can create a main, and in the main we can create an object of the class and check when we call the show method, it will call both of the show methods. Okay, so when I do my class dot show and I will run this, so I will see the implementations from both. So printing from interface 1 and printing from interface 2, it should be there. Or I have now in this case it will be printing both the implementations. So printing from interface 1 and printing from interface 2. Okay, so this was all about the diamond problem in Java. Hope you liked my explanation. If so, let me know in comments. Thank you so much.